We need to talk about the state of ray tracing in 2025. The RTX 50 series cards have arrived, and the situation is pretty dire, I would say. Let's get straight to the point by using the Indiana Jones and the Great Circle game to illustrate exactly what I mean. We are at 1440p resolution using maximum graphics quality preset, and full ray tracing is enabled, no DLSS upscaling. And I'm using the most powerful graphics card on the market, the RTX 5090, paired with the most powerful gaming CPU, the Ryzen 7 9800X3D. So there are no bottlenecks in this system. You simply cannot have anything better than this in the current market, right? And still, take a look at this. We're barely getting 60 FPS. And sometimes the FPS will drop below 60. Just take a look at this. 58, 59. So it's not a consistent 60 plus FPS. And that is in a game that is very well optimized. Because take a look at this. As soon as I turn off ray tracing, I'm going to quit and reload the game to make sure that all the settings applied correctly. And now we're getting 170 plus FPS. The only thing I changed was ray tracing. I turned it off. And to be fair, this game even has a low-level ray tracing enabled by default, so you cannot turn it off completely. And still, we're getting such a high FPS with pure rasterization performance. Yeah, this just shows exactly what I wanted to talk about today. The massive difference between rasterization performance and ray tracing performance, even with the RTX 50 series graphics cards, and even when it comes to the absolutely most powerful, most expensive GPU, the RTX 5090. Because if this is the case with the 5090, then what chance does the RTX 5060 or the 5070 has to produce a good quality ray tracing experience in games? None. No chance. NVIDIA is still promoting ray tracing as one of the main features, one of the main selling points for you to get an NVIDIA graphics card. You can just look up any of their social media. It is filled with RTX on posts that are comparing ray tracing off versus ray tracing on. And yeah, I'll be honest with you, I absolutely love full ray tracing. I love the kind of image quality it presents. Some of these games are looking so good with ray tracing enabled compared to with ray tracing disabled that I just want to use ray tracing. And that is why I'm extremely enthusiastic about the technology, and that's why I want to push NVIDIA as well as other GPU makers to actually improve the ray tracing performance gen over gen and just stop this nonsense with minor improvements like the one we've seen coming from the RTX 40 series to the RTX 50 series. This is the 4th generation ray tracing graphics card already, and it still delivers a horrible performance. And that is the case in all games. You simply cannot have a small performance difference between raster and ray tracing performance. This is just another example. This is Cyberpunk 2077, a game that has been around for a long while now, and it is well optimized, polished, and yet we're still seeing about the same kind of performance at 1440p with full ray tracing enabled. About 60 FPS or so. And if we turn off ray tracing, let's see what happens. Let's go back to native resolution. Okay. While the performance difference between raster and ray tracing is not as huge as in Indiana Jones, it is still massive. 60 FPS versus 120 FPS. That's double. I'd like to see the ray tracing technology develop, improve, and become more widely available to more customers. Unfortunately, not much can be done about it during this generation of GPUs, because this is primarily a hardware limitation, not software. In future generations of graphics cards, I would like to see a much higher ray tracing performance uplift. My wish is to be able to experience ray tracing even on the RTX 6060, or I don't know, whatever NVIDIA will call it. By the way, in case you're wondering, this RTX 5090 that I have right here is not affected by the ROPS issue. It has all 176 ROPS that it should have. That's what I think. What about you? Let me know in the comments below. And let's start a debate. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to reward my work with a like, and subscribe for more videos like this if you haven't already. It was I, Vadim. Until next time.